I know that I said that I would stop sharing my scars on repeat, but I gotta do it one more time. I love Barbara Marsh. Our family can be together right now tonight as I look at the moon, and there's clouds in front of it, beautiful night sky. And on that moon, I swear on the moon, Barbara Drayton and I can be a family right now. And I love Roxanne Biggity. Our family can be together right now. I love you, Roxanne. In fact, Roxanne's the only mother that I'm really paying more money to, like as far as child support goes, like Roxanne's my favorite baby mama, and like I'm sorry to say, but I'm gonna play favorites. My favorite child is currently Lavina. I know you're not supposed to play favorites, but that's my baby girl, like I love Lavina so fucking much. She's my favorite. I'm sorry, like I love them all equal, but at the same time she's my favorite. I don't know how to explain that, but it is what it is. And as always, Sydney Walker and I, we can be together right now. Like one of the reasons that Lavina is my favorite though is because like I never really got a chance to meet Cameron. Like Sydney tells me Cameron is my baby, but I've never really hung around with Cameron, like I'm sure if we hung around and laughed together, played together, walked around, ran around together, like built something together, we would have a rapport and we'd be more tight, we'd be more, like I miss my baby girls. I do. I miss my baby girls and I miss my son. And like these are my scars on repeat still. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's do something new to discuss. Oh, okay, this is the only time I'll share work drama. Tonight I was doing my job. Like I was doing my job what I was supposed to. And like so and so was like, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's like, I'm doing that, I did that exactly. And then he kept going to the point where it's like, no, you gotta do this. I was like, yeah, I did that. And then we did that like a couple of times, like, no, you gotta do this. Yeah, I did that. No, you gotta do this. Yeah, you did that. And then then I snapped a bit because like there's been tension riding up, like anybody, like this, the reason I'm telling you this work stuff is because like I want to share some advice with you at the end of it. But anybody who works in close quarters with anybody enough, eventually you're going to argue. And like one of the things I want to make clear, like the person that I did argue with at work, I respect him with all my heart and I think of him like a brother, for real. But like when he does get like like that, like I snapped a bit because like one of the things he does is like he'll hide stuff on the other guy so that the other guy can't use it and stuff like that, just little passive aggressive stuff like that. And that kind of built up, and tonight I kind of like I kind of let that rage out on him, and like I feel bad for it because like he's a good guy for the most part. Like we're just trying to work, right? That's what another thing I'm like, piece of advice, right? When you're at work, you're there to work. You're not there to be like, like brothers in a fucking frat club and stuff like that, even though like, sometimes that happens. But like, you're there to work ultimately. And like, I was doing my job like I was supposed to. And like the fact that he kept grilling me about doing my job when I was doing it, that's when I got like, I tore into him a little bit, and I was just like, called him a control freak. And I feel a little bit bad about that because like we have more in common than he knows. Like I was adopted for the first year of my life, like we have more in common than he knows. And I know like that being adopted in like the first couple years of your life, you all your life you long for the control that you didn't have when you were in the system being adopted and stuff like that. And I know that's one of the reasons I'm also kind of a control freak. But it's like, I guess one of the things that I want to share with you advice-wise as far as like this work drama issue goes, like this is the only time that I'll try to talk about work. Like I'll try to keep work to myself for the most part, but like for the most part, like you're gonna argue with your coworkers, and at the end of the day, I just want you to forgive yourself and forgive your coworker, because you're just there to work, and you're, like whether you're buds or not, whatever, that's up to you. But like that person in particular, I think of him like a little brother, and I'm there for him if he ever needs, like, I don't know if he'll ever need me to be there for him because he's such a strong individual and I respect him. But it's like, You know, like when you're working with people, you're gonna argue with them, and the ultimate thing that I want you to take away from this, like especially if like you're my son or daughter listening to this in the future, if you're at work and you have an argument with a coworker, it's not the end of the world. Just make up with that coworker. Like next time I see him, it's my plan, it's my intention to make up with him. You know, like the truth is, I respect his work ethic, and I respect who he is as a person, and I want him to succeed as well as myself to succeed, and I want to be a good teammate together when we're a team together. So, you know, I'm going to mend that as far as that goes, because you know, he's like a brother to me to a certain extent. Whether he thinks of me that way or not, it doesn't matter. But to me, the guy's like a brother, and I love him like a little brother, even though, like, you know, coworkers, you're not supposed to catch feelings for your coworkers, but I love my coworkers, you know? So that's what I want you to take away from this video in particular. This is the last of the Scars on Repeat. But if, you know, if you're working, you're doing your job or whatever, like, you're gonna argue with your bros or your coworkers, and at the end of the day, just make sure you know that it's all there for business and it's a professional job, you know what I mean? So enjoy yourselves, and thank you for listening. Have a good night.